Hey friends, we are so glad to see you today. Today we continue in our journey through the green growing time. This time after the season of Pentecost, which we call ordinary time. We're going to continue through the book of Genesis, and now we are in Genesis chapter 21. We'll be reading again out of Growing in God's Love, a story Bible. And I hope you get ready to listen to the story with me. Let's take a deep breath in and out. Let's begin to listen. I wonder how God is going to speak to us through this story today. It starts off with some questions. What happens when a family changes? Perhaps a baby arrives or a grandparent comes to live with you. Usually the whole family changes. That's what happened to the family of Abraham, Sarah, and Hagar. When Hagar returned to her family, Sarah, Abraham's first wife, had also gotten pregnant. She gave birth to a son and she named him Isaac. Now Sarah too had a son, and she was excited about Isaac just as Hagar was excited about her own son Ishmael. The boys were brothers, and they played together. You might think that things would go right back to normal, but they weren't. Sarah never got over the pain that she thought Hagar had caused her. She was still afraid Hagar would become more important in the family than she was. She was afraid Ishmael would be more important than her own son Isaac. She just couldn't live with Hagar and Ishmael anymore. So the family split up. Everyone was unhappy. Sarah was upset. She felt like she and her son Isaac had been mistreated. Abraham was upset because Hagar and Ishmael were leaving. Abraham got up early in the morning to see them off. He had given them food and water for their trip. He put Ishmael in Hagar's arms, and he said his last goodbyes. Hagar was most upset of all. She had nowhere to go. She walked into the desert nearby. She sat down with her son Ishmael near a small bush for shade. She began to cry. She didn't know what to do, but God found her again. Just when Hagar needed God most, God heard them crying. God said, "Do not be afraid. There is a well nearby with cool water to drink. You'll be okay. Ishmael will be fine. He'll start a big new family, and you'll have a new home and a new family." And that's just what happened. Ishmael grew up to be a strong young man. He knew every inch of their new home in the desert. He married a woman from Egypt, and they started their own family in their new desert home. Sometimes families change their shape, just like this one. When that happens, it is hard for everyone. But God is there to help people make it through. Here are some wondering questions. Let's wonder together. How do you think God speaks to you when you are afraid like Hagar was? When Hagar saw the well, what do you think she thought? Families change when babies are born or adopted, when people are sick, and when parents divorce or get married. How can you be a friend to others whose families are also changing? What else do you wonder from this story? Let's say a prayer together real quick. Dear God, thank you for this story that you have given us. Help us to listen out for you. When we hear things that are changing, help us to look to see you in the midst of them. Or when we see friends or families going through other changes as well, help us to be there and be a friend to help. Thank you for loving us and being with us no matter what changes happen. We love you so much. Amen. Thank you for joining us with this story today, and we can't wait to see you next time. Have a lovely week. We love you. Bye.